What's up, Panda dudes and light-loving pandas? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, just bought this. It's from INFRAY. I showed you another INFRAY. Really like them. Thought I'd take a stab at this one. This is the H1107. A 5-watt LED. And let's take a peek and see if it lives up to the INFRAY standard that they've set already. I love flashlights. So open this bad boy up. Come on, open up. Doing this real time, and here it is. Comes in a nice compact package, that's for sure. A big bulky packaging there. No wonder the box is so tight, because there's more stuff in here. So we have a micro USB cable for charging it. Here it is. All right, so let's take a peek at what INFRAY's got. Comes just like this, and it's in there tight. And here it is. The INFRAY flashlight, nice handheld pocket flashlight, all aluminum construction, has some heft to it, man. This isn't like those cheap ones where they're painted, which tend to feel really, really light. This is definitely for the size. It's a dense flashlight. You've got kind of a marble sphere-like glass lens right there. You have a couple of cuts here on the protector. The housing around the LED element is actually pretty big and zoomable. So you can see, slides up and down there. Quite a bit of suction, in there. So there's some sort of O-ring. You have some thin fins cut in here, and then some flat sides on each of the 4 sides. INFRAY emblazoned on the middle, similar fins on the back, and then on the very end here, let's see, not sure how we open it up, but maybe we'll figure that out. Maybe we don't open it up too. You also have a lanyard with a push button stop here, which is pretty nice, so you can tighten it around your wrist, and it's already installed on a little hole on the side. And then you have a butt end of it with some cutouts on the side so you can reach the buttons. Now it looks like we have one red silicone button there, and then we also have a little cap here for it looks like a micro USB port. So that's how you recharge it right there. It's a little waterproof silicone rubber cap that'll cover that up. And then we have the button here, which will turn this bad boy on just like that. And man, all right, I can tell you right now already, pretty bright. So that's got that going for you. And wow, all right, so I'm tapping it one. All right, so we have a bunch of modes. I'm gonna hit it, so it turns on. That's very bright. Tap it again, it goes lower. Tap it a 3rd time. Now we're on the lowest mode. 4th, strobe. 5th, SOS. All right, and all you have to do is tap it to scroll through each of those modes. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know that it's obvious how you would get the battery out if you can, even. And they may have done that on purpose, because the recharging port's on the outside, so it may not be a serviceable battery, even though I think it's an 18650 battery in there, which is just fine with me, especially on, there's no reason to overcomplicate a simple flashlight, right? So now what we have to do is see how this sucker works in the dark. So let's go try it. Darkness and INFRAY light. I'm going to turn it on. It looks like it goes back to the last position that you left it on, which in this case is the strobe, man. Freaking me out. So I'm going to scroll through here. Well, let's go to the high setting first. Let's just go to the top. Now, obviously, in front of me, no problems lighting up, and look at that. I can, focus that beam up, and if I go out there, it's lighting up a huge pattern. You can kind of see where it's the edges are, but the trees that I usually take a look at out there, that are 30-40 yards out there, are lit up pretty well too. I can kind of, they're kind of like a dimmer light, but it's lighting up a bunch of them. Now if I focus this beam down, look, they're starting to come in more bright, and now obviously, I've got a, I don't know, 20 or 30, 25 foot wide beam out there, and it's just lighting up the trees, no problem. Even trees further out there, right? So that is a super usable flashlight for outdoor exploring and what have you. No problems there, and you can really control that beam. Now let's go ahead and make it wide, and then if I just scroll through the different levels here, get my finger on the button, That's the lower level. And this is really actually pretty easy on the eyes now, because that's this is a pretty comfortable beam. You know, no problems lighting up trees out there still. Just everything's a little dimmer, but especially if I were kind of trying to light up the path in front of me for a hike or something like this is probably where I'd be on. Then if I tap it again, this is the lowest level and perfect for manipulation in a tent or a campsite, or even kind of a slow hike. I wouldn't want to bike or be at high speed with it. And then obviously goes back to high for that strobe and the SOS as well. So super useful, super strong and powerful flashlight for a small, you know, compact, you know, pocket-sized light. And I do like the fact that it's all kind of self-contained, and I think not meant to be, you know, heavily maintained, right? No way that I could see to take out the battery, and that's just kind of charging it is built into it. So pretty cool. I'm super happy with it. I'll put a link to it in the description, and you should definitely feel good about picking one of these INFRAYs up. I've just really liked pretty much everything that they've produced so far. Has really quality lights. Peter Von Panda out.